welcome to the Football Talk Show, third game week. We've got quite a few fixtures going on that will entertain us over the weekend. With all this terrible COVID news, we might as well have some football on. Last week I was immense with my predictions, just to let everyone know. Calling me Mystic Hemsey on the street out there. Listen, if you want to follow the tips,
because you keep touching your mystic ball. That's
Small,
right.
I live in a cul-de-sac, so there's no one on my street.
I absolutely cleaned up with the tips last week. Palace at Man U. Who else predicted that? Nobody. But we've got some fresh tips for you this weekend. Going to go through the games and discuss where we might see the surprise results this weekend. Shane's done his forfeit already, so he might look a bit cold. I don't think I'm going to do a forfeit. I think I'm too good, but we shall see.
I'll make sure there's a forfeit when you lose.
People are going to come up with a decent forfeit, I'm sure, when I eventually lose.
You're going to do a whole episode in a dress, sweetheart.
Right, okay. First fixture.
Your brothers, that's disgusting.
It's a dress, not a bomb.
First fixture this weekend, Brighton Man United. 12 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. 12 Saturday, looking forward to that. I think I'd like Ole to win, so they give him a 10-year contract. Shane, what's your thoughts?
Look, it was a pretty torrid...
Ole, Gunnar. Ole, how do you call it?
It's not Ole.
Or how do you call it then?
He's English.
Ole.
Ole, son. Ole Mers.
Yeah, anyway. Sunday's game was probably the worst way to start. I did say I was already nervous about that game. I thought Palace could give us a game. We were just not there. We got found out in so many areas. We've got a lot of work to do. However, I think the Luton game, although it wasn't just Luton, it did give some confidence to players like Rashford, who came off the bench. Greenwood came off the bench. Van de Beek was absolutely class in that game. The touches he was trying to show, the involvement.
It was Luton, can't me.
True, but you guys lost to Colchester last season in the Carabao Cup, and you didn't win the Carabao Cup, so I'm assuming you lost to someone low ranked.
No, we got to semi-finals actually.
You still lost to Villa. But anyway, I think we're going to beat Brighton. We have to beat Brighton, especially after what's happened. I'm going for a 3-1 win.
Ooh, interesting.
He seems confident.
He better be, otherwise what's the forfeit next week? Go on, Gogs.
Brighton Man U. Man U looking a little bit of dire straits at the moment. They don't look fit. They don't look ready for the season. There seems to be something maybe in the background where the transfer's not coming along. Brighton, on the other hand, seem to be just gaining momentum. Against Chelsea, they were unlucky. Last week, they were deserved winners against Newcastle.
They played well.
Lamptey, that boy runs.
Yeah,
he runs and runs, and I like him.
I think he's a solid right wing back.
Very we said this in our previews. He would be one of the players to watch. Must pick it up, mate.
Yeah, I may as well pick it up. That was awkward.
I'll carry on. But I'm going to go with a Brighton 3-1.
Brighton 3-1?
Yeah, I'm going Brighton. I'm going Brighton 3-1, and I just think that if they played the way they have been playing, they've got too much for United.
Yep. All right. I think Man U were shocking against Palace. Palace deserved winners. I'm not even being funny. They were deserved winners that day.
No, 100%.
Brighton looking better and better and better. I thought they were pretty good last season as well. I think Man U are in for a test and a half on Saturday, 12:30. I hope they had an early night because they are in for a bit of a night.
Unless you're Greenwood, you might get some visitors at your hotel in Brighton.
I'm going to go Brighton 2-0. 2-0. Brighton 2-0. That's my first. I predicted a lot of winners last week. I'm going to keep up the streak.
Look, if you're that confident, what you should do is you put all your winners on a prediction.
No.
Accumulator. No. See what happens.
All I can say is, how are you going to look good in?
Let's see. All right. Next game, Palace Everton. The game after that, Crystal Palace. Fantastic result at Old Trafford. Gogs, your thoughts on that game, Palace Everton?
Better team by a mile one. They did get that dubious penalty. It was never a penalty in my opinion.
I don't know. I've got to disagree. I actually think it was a penalty.
Yeah, under the new rules.
No, I still think it's borderline. It's grey area still. But we could do an episode on VAR. One day we will do that. We will do that. But no, I think Palace Everton were really, really good last week. But again, it was against West Brom. Down to 10 men, and Everton just absolutely destroyed them. But I'm going to go Everton 2-1 this week. I think they look really strong. I think they'll overpower Palace in midfield, and I think they'll have the clinical finishing. They'll be clinical finishers better than Palace. So 2-1 to me. 2-1 to Everton, rather, to me.
2-1 to Everton, yeah?
Yes.
Both teams 100% won their opening 2 games. Wilfred Zaha has already scored 3 goals this season. He scored 4 in all of last season. He's playing up front, which he seems to be
ripping him at the beginning of the season.
Mate, because he's playing up front, I just feel like he's more confident. He's more free to express himself.
Well, maybe he wants that move.
Can we rewind to that episode of predicting players of the season for each team? I did say Zaha. Keep an eye out for him.
Yeah, but you can't
Zaha's the only player at Palace. So how have you predicted that?
Jordan Ayew.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay,
Jordan Ayew was your argument.
Are you kidding there?
I'm going for a draw. I think it's going to be a close game. I actually have a 0-0. No, actually a 1-1. I think it's going to be tighter than people realise or people think, and I think both teams will keep their unbeaten starts going.
Are we going to see as many goals this weekend as we did last weekend? 44 goals, was it?
Crazy.
I don't think so. I actually think we're going to see less goals this weekend.
I think as the season progresses, the next game week 3,
the teams are going to get fitter. Yeah, there's going to be more organisation in there.
All right. So Palace for me, I predicted 2 wins for them at the start, and they've won both games.
They must like you.
They do. I predicted 1-0 Zaha twice. I'm leaning towards the same, and I'll tell you why. Because Hodgson has got them organised. Everton at times flattered to deceive in that first half hour against West Brom.
The sending off changed the game.
Yeah, changed the game. So I'm going to go Palace 1-0 Zaha again. I'll predict minute 37.
All right. Shall we say this? If he gets us one right in Palace again, then regardless of what happens next week. We do a forfeit.
I think I should get sponsored by Palace.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give you that. I'll agree to that one. If you get the Palace score right only, we'll do the forfeit.
Yeah, the score.
All right, cool.
The score.
Cool.
We'll let you off with the minute.
Right.
Just Zaha
yeah,
1-0.
no worries. All right, West Brom, Chelsea. Big spenders Chelsea, flattered to deceive against Liverpool. Were we surprised, Shane?
No, not at all. We did say we predicted a much higher scoring game. I think we just got a bit exaggerated by what happened towards the end of last season with that absolute crazy game that they had at Anfield. Kepa got found again with his silliness, but I mean, you can't blame him for the first goal, but at the same time, you kind of can, because he was almost slightly indecisive to come out in the first place.
Second goal.
But that's why they've signed this new keeper. Well, they're almost done and
£20
dusted.
million.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to make his debut though against West Brom. I think Kepa will be in goal. I mean, you can't. They're going to have to. Thiago Silva should be. He's playing tonight in the Carabao Cup, so he should be available. You can't look past the Chelsea win here. Plus Bilic getting a fine, plus the fact they've had a sending off, so Kieran Gibbs is going to be missing the next 3. Yeah, I'm going for a sound 3-0 win.
3-0 to Chelsea.
It doesn't look good for West Brom, to be honest. 10 man last week, conceded 5, conceded 3 the week before. But on the plus side, at least scored 2.
Silly sending off as well.
Oh, did you not hear what he said? I'll do it again if I had to. Did you not see that little clip? It's ridiculous.
Not necessary.
He can't be doing that. He's got Premier League experience. He shouldn't be doing that.
Like I said, with West Brom, it's hard to look past the fact they haven't really strengthened.
No, they're still a championship side in the Premier League.
What do you reckon to Saturday?
I think they'll get a hammering. I don't think. Well, actually, I'll take them back. I don't think they'll get a hammering. I think it'll be 2-0. I don't think 2-0. I think Chelsea are, as I said at the beginning of the season, I don't think they're going to gel. I think they will struggle to gel straight away. So I think 2-0 to Chelsea, and I'll be happy with that.
Yeah. For me, likewise, I think they're struggling to gel. I think they haven't got the balance right. West Brom, I think, are going to sneak a result here. I think 2-2. 2-2. West Brom, Chelsea.
Desmond 2-2.
Burnley, Southampton. Next fixture. Gogs, Burnley, Southampton. Thoughts on the score?
Southampton got taught football lesson last week, unfortunately. But I thought that the scoreline was flattering on top of them. But they're deserved winners. Burnley last week were pretty decent against Leicester. 2 goals. First one was never a goal. Partially given off handball. But I'm going to go for a Burnley win. I'm going to go for Burnley 3-1. Chris Wood double and Danny Ings scoring for them. I just think Burnley are going to have too much for them up front. Southampton don't look the same team as they were, say 6 months ago or even on lockdown. I think they've got a couple of problems there. Maybe Højbjerg being taken out of the team. Maybe that's been the difference. I guess we don't know yet. But I'm going to go Burnley 3-1.
3-1 Burnley, Shane?
I think Burnley are in a similar situation to we were from a fitness perspective last week. Obviously, that was their first game of the season. They seemed jaded towards the end. They were quite competitive earlier in the game. Chris Wood's always a handful. I think Southampton need a result here. I think it's vitally important the fact they've lost their opening 2 games.
They're easily going 3-4 like they did last season.
Exactly, and they can't afford to do that. They may get another run similar, but Danny Ings has already got going with the goals. I'm actually going for a tight game here. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. I think Burnley will still be getting into the swing of the league. I think Southampton will know they have to be strong and have to be disciplined. And I can see Danny Ings.
Burnley at home for anybody is a difficult game.
It's a difficult game, absolutely, but I still think Southampton will do enough here.
Yeah, right. For me, Burnley 1-0. I think they're strong at home, like you guys say. I think 1-0. I will go for a goal from Chris Wood. Yeah, 1-0. Sheffield United Leeds next up. Let me go first this time. Sheffield United are one of those sides. Last year, I thought they were really impressive. But they're not doing it this year.
Did tell you?
I said they were
second season syndrome. That's what it is.
It's coming crashing down to earth.
Leeds look good, but I think Sheffield United at home are going to get a result. I think 1-1. Shane, what do you think?
You can't say Sheffield United are going to get a result at home 1-1.
Yeah, that's a result for them. I think Leeds.
They do. To be fair, at the same time, Sheffield United have lost again. 2 on the spin, opening 2 games. They need to get some points on the board.
The thing is, against Villa, penalty goes into a different game.
Yeah, but I mean, you get your chances. You got to take them.
Generally, it was a die game anyway.
Yeah, which we all kind of saw that coming because it was like similar. But with this game, there are going to be goals. I think. Excuse me. I personally think Leeds are going to lose. I think Sheffield United are going to get the result here. I'm going for a 2-0 Sheffield United win.
2-0 Sheffield United.
Yeah, I think they'll get the result.
Yeah, I think as good as Leeds has been last 2 games against Liverpool and then against Fulham, they did concede. They were 4-0 last week.
They conceded 7 goals.
Yeah, exactly.
In the first 2 games.
They just about won 4-3 last week. I can see Sheffield United 3-0 here.
3-0 Sheffield United.
Yeah, Sheffield United at home. I don't know. Doesn't make the difference with the crowd. Probably does. But I think Sheffield United will win this 3-0.
Okay. The game of the weekend. The title challengers. Spurs, Newcastle.
Newcastle not title challengers.
Gogs, your thoughts on Gareth Bale FC Part 2?
Yeah, good signing for £20 million loan for a season.
I think you'll find his wages are 13 million and the fee is 7 million.
No,
it's a bargain for the third best player in the world.
£20 million for a guy who's got a dodgy hamstring. If you don't get Gareth Bale,
even on a dodgy hamstring, he's better than Vardy.
No, he's not, because Vardy's won the Premier League.
Why don't we discuss?
Champions League?
Not with you lot. So why don't we discuss the game?
All right, Spurs. We could go on all day.
Yeah, we could do.
Spurs, Newcastle.
Another episode. Newcastle were disappointed last week after the big up that we all gave them.
I think we disrespected Brighton to a certain extent in that game.
I backed Brighton last week, so.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yes, I did.
Man, that was my fault. I apologise to Brighton.
So it was these two. But Spurs played the way they did last week, and Newcastle put another dive performers in. Spurs could easily run out 4-5s again. Son is the man. I do love that. Do love that man. He's the only player I like from Spurs. Everyone else can do one, but I'm going to go Spurs 4-1 here.
Spurs 4-1?
Yeah, I think easily win.
All right. Shane?
It's hard to look past Spurs right now. The fact that they've invested on these new players like Bale and Reguilon, Gareth Bale, Son and Kane is a mouth-watering prospect. It really depends on what Gareth Bale you get. Are you going to get the injury hit Gareth Bale that's been at Real Madrid for the last few years? Or are you going to get the Tottenham Gareth Bale who wants to come on that left foot and just have cracking shots from anywhere across the pitch? I personally see nothing short of a Spurs win here. It's going to be a pretty comfortable win. I think Newcastle United are going to struggle. I'm going for a 4-0 win. I think it's going to be their first clean sheet of the season.
Okay, 4-0. Haters here. Gareth Bale is the third best player in the world.
Based on what? What are you basing?
Hang on. So, Cristiano Ronaldo is top player in the world.
He's not the third best player in the Premier League.
Hang on, I'm going to tell you how it works.
No, it's fun.
Second best player in the world is me on a Tuesday night, 5-a-side. I'm fantastic. Then Gareth Bale. Then Gareth Bale.
Playing with 7-year-old children.
Tottenham
I want to know where you think you're arguing Gareth Bale third best player in the world.
He is the third best player in the world.
How? On what stats?
He's won 4 Champions Leagues.
So you're telling
he's
me...
better than Lewandowski.
So right now, you give me...
Shut up.
You choose Bale over Mbappe?
Yeah.
You choose Bale over Lewandowski?
Yeah.
Oh, delusions of grandeur.
I'd choose Bale over Messi.
I'm sure you would.
I couldn't keep it straight.
You would choose Bale over
At most, Bale makes the top 10.
Let me do my prediction. Right. Spurs 3-0 against Newcastle. We're going to be too good. Jose Mourinho's a genius. Brought Bale ready on. Man United still going after trying to figure out how they paid 80 million for Harry Maguire. That was a good one, wasn't it?
Harry Maguire's stats have actually been as good as Van Dijk's. It's not just Maguire's fault. So let's not get
What?
There's stats out there.
What stats?
Clearances per game, errors leading to goals. He doesn't make many mistakes.
I'm not getting involved in this one.
That's terrible. Right, next game, Man City Leicester. Gogs, what do you think?
Man City were clinical the other night. But what I saw didn't actually put the shivers down me. But for some reason, Man City love to play their best football against Leicester at the Etihad. They're going to have no crowd, so they'll be used to that anyway, because it's normally called the Etihad. Don't worry about that. But I think we can go there. If we play the way we did, maybe we've got Johnny Evans back this week, which is good. You know, a bit more experience back in our back four. Timothy, my boy, doing some good stuff. Did you see Tillemans' pass the other day? Oh, beautiful. Who needs Pornhub when you got passes like that, eh? Anyway, Pornhub, thanks anyway. But no,
I'm get a sponsorship deal.
Yeah, why not? If you're watching, let us know. But I'm gonna go for a cheeky 1-1.
1-1, yeah?
Yeah, 1-1.
Positive thinking, Shane?
3-1 Man City. I think short of a pretty controlled performance. I think they won against Wolves, and I don't think they were fully fit still. I think they're not even getting out of gear yet. I think Kevin De Bruyne is the third best player in the world right now. I don't think there's any disputing how he's the best player in the Premiership. I don't care what anyone says. He is.
Is he better than a fully fit Aguero?
Yes.
Okay.
I honestly believe he has got similarities to what Paul Scholes used to do. He's got similarities to what Frank Lampard.
Did you just compare him to Paul? Oh, bloody hell.
No, I mean, I'm honest enough to say De Bruyne is probably currently better than what Scholes would have been at that age. But Scholes was still a great distributor of the ball. I'm referring to.
Oh, he was, yes, he was.
Lampard got into the
Couldn't
box.
tackle shit though.
Oh, yeah, of course. But I mean, I haven't seen De Bruyne's world class tackling anytime soon. But I'm talking about passing
I
distribution.
guess you don't need to tackle when you've got passing like that.
Exactly. But when you look at De Bruyne, he runs a game. He controls their play and dictate what.
He controls. It'd be interesting to see the battle between De Bruyne and Tillemans, because Tillemans is coming back into the form that we saw when we actually
had him on loan.
Yeah, we had him alone, and he was purring, and he's purring at the moment. He's taken lockdown, he's got fitter, and it'd be interesting to see, because they're both Belgium internationals, so they know how each other play, or they cancel each other out. Yes, De Bruyne is world class. I'm not saying that he's better than Tillemans, of course not. But it'd be interesting to see the battle that it is now, because when we went there before Christmas last year, I think because we went there and we were a bit defensive, and we paid too much respect to them, and we had Chilwell then, and Mahrez pulled his pants down for jerks. We don't have Chilwell now, so defensively we're a bit more sound. So I think it'd be a totally different game. Are Man City favourites? Yes, they are.
Yeah,
What's the score you going for?
3-1. I think Jesus is going to.
Jesus
is going to show up.
Okay.
He has to.
I'll go. Man City looked angry to me. I think they look angry. They won their title back. I don't see anything other than I'd like to say Leicester City could get something, but I think Man City are gonna.
It's a free hit for us though, isn't it?
I think 2-0.
Yeah, you got nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. I think 2-0 Man City though.
You've got nothing to lose, but I don't. But if you take a hammering, then you've got everything to lose.
Yeah.
Confidence.
Show some pride.
Yeah, you got to show a bit of bubble.
West Ham Wolves. Shane, West Ham Wolves. Your thoughts on this one quickly?
David Moyes at home now.
Yeah.
Diop at home. Can't look past anything other than Wolves absolutely trouncing these lot.
Wolves winning.
Score. I think West Ham in such a state. I'm going for a 3-0.
3-0 to Wolves. Yeah. All right. Gogs.
Wolves.
I'm
going 4-1. West
4-1.
Ham. Coronavirus is the only thing that's been
Even
positive in their life.
even David Sullivan's come out today and said James Tarkowski deal's dead. He can't get involved. They've offered for Fofana today.
Yeah, Fofana 25 plus 11 million add-ons as well for Fofana.
Yeah.
We were obviously after him, but something's not clicking out at West Ham.
Wrong there,
something wrong there.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't. Something's going wrong. And when you've got unrest in your camp, morale takes a battering, and performances clearly are going to be not where it needs to be. So I'm going Wolves 4-1.
4-1. I'm going 1-0 to Wolves. I think they'll just sneak it late goal. I think West Ham will try, but 1-0 to Wolves for me.
Wolves adding Nelson Semedo in today.
Yeah.
Great buy.
Yeah. Fulham Villa.
Shall we just not call them Portuguese FC now?
Mate, if you get an upgrade from Doherty to
Mendes
Nelson
FC.
Semedo.
Mendes FC.
Mendes FC. Mr.
Fulham Villa on Monday night. What are you thinking, Gogs?
fast forward 12 months, this could be a championship game.
No, Villa.
True. Villa, but at the same, Villa did okay, and I think Emilio Martinez, that is a great acquisition. He looked commanding.
Signed Arsenal
saved a
#1.
penalty.
He did
very.
I can't believe Arsenal let him go. To fair.
Yeah, I'm sure they wanted the money.
Quality. He's a quality goalkeeper.
He's better than Leno.
Well, he's better than what Villa currently had.
Definitely.
What do you reckon?
I think it's going to be a Fulham win. I think they're at home. I don't think Villa are purring. They were poor on Monday, even though they won. They just couldn't break down the 10 men, which is always difficult in most matches. But I'm going to go for a Fulham 2-1 win. The first 3 points of the season for them.
All right, good.
I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to go Villa 2-1. I think Mitrovic will be a handful, but that Fulham defence just looks so shaky. And I already said Fulham were my pick for bottom, and I've not seen anything to change my mind so far.
All right. Mystics Hemsey, trying to think of the score. 1-1. Fulham 1, Villa 1.
Who else put it in?
Yeah, you just said 1-1. We're previewing
that's
Fulham
just
Villa.
clarifying. Listen, don't joke with the Mystic Hemsey powers, yeah? Can't lose a game week, I can't. 1-1, that's what I reckon. The game of the weekend is the final one.
Technically, it's not the weekend, it's on Monday.
Monday classes is part of the weekend, isn't it?
Of course it doesn't. I have to work on a Monday, so it's not a weekend.
Yeah, alright, I suppose. Liverpool Arsenal, massive game. Arsenal have started well. Liverpool have started well. It's going to be a good game. Shane, what do you think?
Arsenal didn't play that well against West Ham. They got there in the end, but they were being found out at times.
Aubameyang didn't look at the races.
Yeah, and I have a feeling they're going to find a difficult Liverpool side who are playing with very much the same type of confidence they started with last season. You can't look past anything other than a Liverpool win.
Score?
Going for a 3-1.
3-1 to Liverpool.
Don't know, history on this game. Quite a high scoring game.
High scoring, yeah.
What was
You're
it?
predicting
What
7-2
was it? The Carabao Cup last season? 5-5 or something.
5-5 penalties, Liverpool.
Yeah, 5-5 and Liverpool.
No, was it Arsenal? One of them.
No, Liverpool won. Yeah, Liverpool. Yeah, well, Liverpool won. The youngster scored the goal. I'm going for another high scoring game. Yeah, I'm going to go out and say 3-3.
Right.
Goals.
Go put £2 on it.
I think you're right. There's going to be goals, but they're all going to be to Liverpool. I think 5-0 to Liverpool.
Wow.
5-0.
That's a brave one.
Van Dijk's going to bag me 2 goals on my fantasy football.
I'll take
flying,
that.
Flying. Arsenal aren't going to get a result against Liverpool. So 5-0 for me.
Fantasy pick? Who's going to be your
Fantasy pick for the weekend, player to watch for. I picked James Rodriguez last week. Brilliant pick by me. I'm just on fire on everything. This week I would go Harry Kane. I'll tell you why. Because he is the best striker in the world, and he wants a goal or two this weekend to impress his mate sitting on the bench, Gareth Bale, watching the game.
You think Gareth Bale's going to start on the bench?
Not fit,
He's going to watch it from the bench.
Not fit, is he?
Possibly. Shane, who's your pick for the weekend?
Yeah, I am also going Mr. Harry Kane.
Who's his stuff, this lad?
I made a mistake taking him out of my team last week to bring in Martial as my wild card, and that did not pay off.
Well, it was wild.
Just follow me. Just follow my picks.
You're not top of anything.
Not even on birds.
Listen.
You're always at the bottom for that.
It's true. You lot better think about what day you lot are doing next week, because I can't lose. I'm too good at this.
Yeah, we do it every single
I like
day.
it as I can't lose.
Yeah, you just remember he said that, because one of the forfeits will be suggested he wears a dress.
Good luck. That dress is remaining somewhere else. It ain't going on me. Who's your player for the weekend? Jamie Vardy?
I'll always go Vardy. I think he could bag some goals, but I'm not gonna be predictable like you.
Yeah.
I think Willian might have a decent game. I think
Yeah, Liverpool. Ooh.
Yeah, I think he will, because it's open. He's got time to run with the ball, and he could get a couple of assists. If it's a high scoring game, he could get himself a couple of goals and maybe a couple of assists. So what I am for me.
Yeah, cool. All right, that does it for this
Before
week.
we go, happy 40th birthday, Beach. Have a good one.
That does it for this week's show. Tune in next week to see which dare these lot are doing. One of them's going to do it, not me. Keep an eye out for the scores I predicted.
I can't wait for us to bite
Too good. Keep an eye out for me on top of the fantasy football as well. You try and catch me.
He's ninth.
We'll catch you later. Until next time.